My name is Abby, and today I'm going to be talking about arguments in literature. Basically, I'll be explaining how certain characters from specific books make decisions or how they convince themselves of something. I know it sounds kind of boring, but I'm sure all of you listening has met someone that thinks they're doing the right thing, but in reality isn't. Or maybe they are doing the right thing and other people think they aren't. For example, maybe one of your friends thinks that dyeing her hair pink is the most amazing idea ever, and you know deep down that that's just not her best look. In the novel Frankenstein, very similar scenarios happen. Well, maybe not a matter of who's dyeing their hair what color, but there are several instances where the main character, Dr. Frankenstein, convinces himself of something that's just not right. To provide a quick background, Victor Frankenstein, a very smart and odd man, decided to create life to cheat death, or in other words, make a living being out of dead body parts. His Professor Waldman advises him that he should not try this experiment, since the result would literally be an abomination. In his argument for creating the monster, Victor does not use a strong sense of logic. Even though Waldman, his extremely wise professor, tells him not to do so, he does it anyways. Victor also fails to use pathos in his argument. Unlike Victor, most people realize that collecting body parts and trying to assemble them into a living being is not morally right. Instead of actually thinking about what the right thing to do would be, he acts purely based on instinct. Victor also lacks a sense of credibility, or ethos, because although he's smart, he's never made a creature like that before and has no experience or knowledge of what would happen after the monster was made. Therefore, since Victor's argument lacks the use of logos, pathos, and ethos, his argument fails. Even though the argument fails flat, he still succeeds and gives life to a strong creature. However, he realizes that his experiment is a mistake, and he abandons the creature, expecting that it will just die alone. However, the hideous creature lives and is completely rejected by society. Not only does he survive and learn how to read and write, but he also grows very angry towards Victor for abandoning him. And honestly, he has every right to. Although the monster plans on killing Victor's entire family and everyone that he's ever loved, which is a little harsh, but anyways, he has good reason to. Kind of. In his argument for killing Victor's family, the monster does use logos, pathos, and ethos. The monster has credibility in his argument because he knows firsthand what it's like to feel true, actual rejection. He's rejected by society, left with no one to talk to or comfort him, let alone the fact that no one will even look at him without screaming. This also comes with a sense of pathos. The fact that the monster has gone through all of these things would make just about anyone feel flat out bad for him. Obviously, no one would want to see a poor creature that is left alone and has done nothing wrong, completely rejected by society, which ultimately helps the monster's argument. Lastly, the monster uses logos in his argument because although he has little knowledge, he realizes that killing Victor's family is an effective way of completely destroying him, which is ultimately what the monster wants to do. Even though killing everyone Victor has ever loved is not the way to handle the situation, his argument is strong. Basically, in the novel Frankenstein, several of the characters convince themselves to make certain decisions, but it's all based on the fact of whether they make a strong argument or not. Victor failed in his argument for creating the monster since he lacked the use of logos, pathos, and ethos, and the monster's argument was successful because he included all those things. So, whether it's your best friend that tells herself dyeing her hair pink is an amazing decision, or a crazy super genius that creates a living creature out of dead body parts, or even a monster that wants to kill everyone his creator has ever loved, people are going to make bad decisions, weak arguments, strong arguments, or just convince themselves of things that are plain wrong, especially in American literature.